I am still in Huntington Village. Just got back to my car. I was sitting in front of Starbucks for about an hour. I sat down next to a gentleman by the name of Donny. He had a New York Yankee hat on. And we just chilled and we kind of just broke down the world together and just were talking with one another. I said, he's like, he's like, what do you think? I mean, again, I don't get into the religion stuff, but then I said ministry's more of a traveling, like, protection unit to teach people, I was like, but I don't get, like, too crazy with the churchy stuff because some people are, like, really standoffish. And then we talked about star beings, and then he says, well, what do you think God lays? I was like, well, there's one almighty God. I was like, and then you got to remember, in ancients, there was the goddess of, there's Goddess Nui, who held up the night sky with her bodice, the stars away from the people, so they had a safe place. I was like, there's Goddess Isis, who was in love with God Osiris. I was like, they have a very romantic love story in ancient Egypt. And he's like, oh, right. He's like, and then you have, like, the sun god that they worship. I'm like, right. I was like, so it depends. Which part of the world are we talking about for which almighty God we are going to name? So he started laughing. He goes, true. He's like, God. And then he said that he felt like there was a scam going on. He just got back from Alabama. And I said, yeah. I said, which part? I said, because there's, like, a lot. And then, like, he walked me through what he saw or thought. And I walked through a, whatever came to me, that I grabbed a grip on a reality, and then I just kind of walked it up, which is that he said, now he's a darker skinned gentleman. He said that, like my Brendan Burns from my real estate, when I did real estate. And he said that we owe China a lot of money. And I go, whoa, wait, what? I was like, I did not hear that. Where did you hear this? And he goes, I don't know. I thought that, I don't, he's like, I hear it all the time. I was like, you do? I was like, but where? And he couldn't put a name on it. So I was like, well, that's interesting. I said, because here's the thing. There is a bigger scam going on right now. There's faux or fake, F-A-U-X. There's fake, F-A-K-E, plastic. Well, there's real plastic. And then they put fake currency. It's like a cryptocurrency. It's just whatever. But it works just the same as the dollars in cash paper format that we walk around with. So at what point did all of this fake influx of numeric value come in that deflated the dollar so significantly and upped the national debt so significantly that now all of a sudden we have all of these things? I didn't want all this technology, the phones, the cars. I was like, this is all discussed. So what do we owe them for? I'm just curious, because as far as I can see, we owe them a lot of, like, they have debited us more than we actually owe them in respect, honor, or life. And so he was just like, wow. He's like, I didn't think of that. Yeah, that is true. He's like, there is. I was like, right, but here's the thing. They gave you a phone. They made it really hard for you to live because the cost of living has gone up so much that you have to work all the time. You barely have time to think or breathe or relax or enjoy your life. And then all of a sudden you get sick and, oh my God, there they are to take care of you in the hospital. Oh, how they're such wonderful people. And he was like, my God. He's like, I didn't think of it. I'm like, right. I was like, here's the other thing. I was like, I talked to a Polish guy. He said that they have a green card lottery, like in the U.S. system, where they actually adhere to the international laws. They get 50, like, lotto tickets to move out of country per year in Poland. I was like, the whole U.S. system of countries is set up that way. However, there are countries that do not follow the U.S. custom law. And I said, and now I've got College of Physicians and the American Physician Board just matching kids from countries we don't need or want and just moving them in that way and totally circumventing the whole fake money and monetary issue, the whole like hostage takeover of like this United States of America. I was like, you know, I mean, it's like, it's unbelievable. The scam you were talking about, yeah, oh, it's real. I was like, and here's what I've put together thus far. And he's like, I mean, he's like, he's like, I see where it is. He's like, but he's like, wow. You know, and I'm like, yeah, right. And then where do we go? I was like, I mean, I've never been able to work. He's like, yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Super crime fighters, when you know who all the bad guys are and how they're getting away with stuff, how do you make money off of that skill? Usually they try to quiet you, they kill you, they hurt you. I've never seen them actually pay you to be a good, pious person. Oh, by the way, he did mention that there was a man by the name of Pious, Pious, that just died. So I don't know. There was my CIA agent from St. John's Christian Awakening in Astoria in 1995-96 time frame. I call him the Gnome, Knome, because he was like the friendly whatever. He mentioned in my Star notebook then about this man that lived out here in Huntington and asked if I'd known him or I saw his trucks, which I said I hadn't ever. But then again, I didn't know to look out for him. But he said that he knew of me and my specialness and is who sent him to St. John's to try to meet me because they were curious about my performance or my upbringing thus far as a star being, and an important one at that, with an upcoming extra special marriage, which nobody could understand why I was living the way I was living then in 1995-96. And here we are in year 2020. So I enjoyed my conversation with Donny. He's the exact kind of human I actually like. What I don't like is the intel I had a conversation with him which humans have had now for quite some time, and yet they allowed everything to happen the way that I just explained it to Donny, and forced me and Donny to live like slaves and not even be able to enjoy his last 26 years and my last 42 years because humans are, what, important somehow? Because Donny and I could really fucking see where you all are so fucking important and worth keeping.